You want a treat, Loons?
Welcome to the show. I think the rest of us finally made it.
And there's Denny.
Welcome.
Who?
And there's Dean.
There's Denny.
Look at him. He got a haircut.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you guys both get haircuts?
did-
What?
Did you get a haircut?
I got several of them cut. Why?
Congratulations.
We're starting off strong here.
Thanks.
Starting off strong.
Well,
All right. Well, welcome to the last Friday of the month because next Friday is the 1st. And that is in March. And it's not February anymore.
Yeah.
So we are here to trade some cards.
Yes.
We had a couple people that sent in some this past month. One had an engraved coin just for
Yes,
Denny.
yes.
So that was awesome. And I think that I got him sent out a replacement with your little letter.
I believe so.
I hope I did. I think I did. If I didn't, let me know. I'll look it up. In any case,
I think you did.
I know that you gave it to me, and
so I got to tell you,
yes, sir.
you're going to get the rapid version today from me.
The
You
rapid
can take
version.
all the time you want.
Kevin has
but-
rocks on the brain.
Well, I'm right in the middle of stuff. I got stuff going on.
Guess what we do? It's called a video.
This right here.
Yeah, this stuff. This is good stuff too.
Oh.
Well, Kevin's
anyway.
gonna tap real quick today, apparently, which is okay. He is in the middle of setting out all of his Tucson stuff. So next Wednesday, maybe he will also be in a rush, and he will quickly tell us about his Tucson trip and bring in his couple of favorite rocks for you
geez.
guys to see.
I was supposed to do that today, wasn't I?
No,
No, that's next Wednesday.
Oh, never mind. I knew it. I knew that. I was testing you.
Thanks. All right. So these guys, it looks like Denny has.
So we're trading card thingies, right?
Yeah.
Trading card thing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, look, Kevin, have you seen how many people have sent us trading cards? Look at these beautiful things behind you on the wall here.
Holy buckets.
Yeah,
there's a
all
lot.
of these people have sent in cards to trade with you guys.
Hey, some of those guys are really good.
I know, this dude is awesome. Specifically.
kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
And then this guy likes to send us birds, which is fun. He actually
really
sends us
like
a lot of cards. I think all those are his.
well, that's pretty darn neat.
Yeah.
Huh.
We got our spearmint card in there. We got your bird from Nick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
See, people appreciate you taking the time to make a card so they can trade with you. I can't.
I am just going to whip this swivel knife around, and I have no idea where
Looks
it's
like
going
a
to
ghost.
It looks like a bird.
end up.
It's a plane. No.
You should do a bird.
You know, I have a whole bunch of those old doodle pages,
Yeah?
and I came across the one with the bird in it.
Did you?
Yes, and I have it. I will give it to you if you would like
I
it.
really would like
Actually,
to
I think there's 2 or 3 copies of it.
see it, because I think that if I take a look at that, I can actually do a good one now.
All right. I had a question for you guys. Last night I was working on, I've been moving around my little leather studio at home to, what do you need?
Ballpoint pen.
Anyways, I've been
Why
moving
do
around
I-
my studio
Why do I always forget that?
and I was looking, we might still sell them. I'm not 100% sure, but we had these knife sheath books that I got forever and ever and ever ago when I started making sheaths. And one of the pictures in the book, the person had built the sheath and they were dyeing it after it was already built. And for me, that seems like a silly thing to do, is to dye something that's already put together. But it seems like that is almost a little bit standard, or at least in older leather craft, it was more standard. And I'm just curious what your guys' take on
You know, I think
doing that.
It depends on the specific project and how
That's
it
the
goes
deal.
together. Because I've done that many times.
Okay.
So have I, a lot of times because you screwed up.
Exactly. You know, if you don't pay attention to your business goes down the tubes.
Yeah, that's true. And I will say I've had to dye things after they were completed. And that's not always the happiest deal, but I will say you learn a lot that way.
So are there times when you intend to dye something after you've built it, or is it normally just something that you're attempting
I don't think
to
I
correct?
ever started out with the intention of dyeing something before I finished. I mean, dyeing something after I finished it.
Okay,
With the exception of maybe, I don't know, some piece of gear or something that I was going to
Yeah.
oil and
a saddle. Now, when I build a saddle, I don't antique it till the very end.
Okay.
After it's all put together, that's when I'll antique it.
Okay.
You know, but that's not dye.
Right.
But
Yeah, and-
it just depends. You can do it. You just need to pay attention to your business when you are dyeing something after it's finished. And when you dye something, after it's finished, if it's stitched, it's going to color your stitching. You have to keep that in mind. Right, Kevin?
well, you should.
Okay, so Garrett said something about, like, if you're wet molding something, does that affect when you would dye it for you guys?
Well, you might have to do some touch up or something at that point.
Yeah.
Because anytime you start molding things, it changes the appearance of the leather that you have in front of you.
Right. And the dye will actually change the chemistry of the leather a bit, where it won't take the water as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you want to dye it after you've molded it. I don't know. Like I was saying, it just depends on the particular project, what you think you can get away with.
Yeah.
It just seems like it would be really inconvenient to dye something after it's built.
It is. It's hard to get in all the cracks and crevices.
Yeah. Or like for me, if I'm doing an inlay, like I don't want dye to get on my inlay.
Right.
Or try to be finishing something. Or you can't finish your edges. So, I mean, because if you finish your edges, say with an inlay situation, before you put your thing together, then the dye isn't going to take.
Right.
So there's literally some technical
if you put
difficulties.
it like an edge coat or something on them,
Yeah.
that's 100%.
Hey, Liz, you want to hand me that mallet?
Oh, yeah. Can I hand you a mallet?
You guys use mallets, right? Or stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Hmm.
That's a pretty bird.
Reminds me of
Is it a bird or is it
Guy
just a
said
swooshies?
he found someone's grocery list they dropped on the floor at the grocery store. Said cheese and stuff like that.
What?
That was the whole list. Cheese,
Just
stuff
cheese.
like that.
Oh, this reminds me how long it's been since I've done this. When was the last time I did this, Liz?
It's been a minute. I don't think we've done trading cards since December. And then maybe we didn't even do them in December because we did the giveaway. So it could have been November since you've tooled. See,
Okay.
I've let you go. How did I do that?
Well, at some point in time, I'm going to have a smaller beveler.
Okay.
So,
I've got a small one right here.
yeah, but you're going to be using it. Because I looked at what you're
Is
doing.
this the kind that you want, Kevin? Like just a
Something
checker?
like that,
Okay.
yeah. And
I'll-
even a smaller one
Okay.
along with it.
I'm gonna go right in Denny's stash.
So they're going to miss you because your voice is imperative here.
That's all right. We can bore them
Hey, listen.
simultaneously.
Listen. What's that funny noise? I think
It's-
that's silence.
It's not Liz.
Well, that's okay. Where would we be without Liz?
That's true. We would be in a mess is where we would
It'd be
be.
terrible. I will say this is kind of exciting because since when I don't know what I'm doing,
That is exciting.
it's kind of, I get to have the same level of surprise that everybody else does. Well, we are out there trying to put away rocks, and I'll tell you what, if you've ever been in this place, and I know some of our watchers have been in Springfield Leather, if you go on that rock side and you start realizing what a monumental effort it takes to inject 11 pallets of rocks, thank you, into an existing environment.
With a bunch of stuff already there.
You have to move stuff, and when you find out when you move this, well, you really need to move that first, and then if you're going to move that first, you really need to move this first.
You know what you should move right now?
So you
Your
end
mallet.
up moving 6 things just to get one thing done. then you got 6 things left to take care of. You know, this just reminds me how lazy I really was as a leather crafter. I still am, because I try to do everything with one size of beveler. And you know how well that works? Works great up to a point.
Yeah.
Up to the little tiny points.
Yeah. And then you think you can tilt the beveler a little bit and just make do. And that's true, you can. That's what happens. You make do. And
I do the same thing with the moisture content in my leather. A lot of times I'll be almost finished and it'll just be getting so dry that
yeah, it's
you
just
know,
too dry to work.
I need to wet this. No, I don't want to wet it because then I'll have to wait before I can finish it.
What bevelers are you guys using? Or Denny's still just cutting? So Kevin, what beveler are you using?
I'm using this big slanty thing.
Does it have a number?
It's a PB013.
PB.
Yeah, it's a steep beveler and kind of like them. Actually, a lot of the leather work I did in the years past, I just used a 701 for almost everything. 702. Same beveler, it just doesn't have that steepness to it.
Kevin, you know what your little card looks like? Something off of Dr. Seuss.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like one of the Who's.
Well,
like their hair.
I suppose I could put some eyeballs on it. But
You don't have to do that. But...
Hello?
Ring, ring.
I hope it's nothing important. Mercy Clinic. Nothing important. Telling me I have an appointment somewhere sometime.
Telling you you're due for an immediate blood transfusion and you better hurry down.
Yeah. Get here quick.
Odin said that he had a friend that picked up some rocks at the Arizona, over in Tucson, I assume, at the show, and he gave them to them to use in their leather working. That's exciting.
Yeah.
We like to mix rocks and leather here too.
There was we actually bought some finished products that are designed to have rocks mounted in them. Some leather products, which I thought was kind of cool.
I saw the other day a picture, and I forget the lady's name. She's on Facebook all the time. And she had made a necklace out of cabochons, but inlaid in leather. And it was so neat the way it was all put together. It was real wide at one end with a wide, big cabochon, and then a loop in the other end, and it just threaded through. It went around your neck and just threaded through there, and that was the clasp. Yeah, and it had 2 or 3 graduated sizes of cabochons on around the necklace. It was neat.
Should we make something like that?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try it.
People are so creative, you know.
Some.
Yeah, I wish
I was.
I wish I could be more creative.
You do all right, Kevin.
Well, maybe on some things, but mostly I really admire people that come up with little clever things like that. Like this morning, I was moving some rocks, and I had a tray full about the size of this piece of granite here that I'm working on, or quartz, whatever it is. So the rocks are polished and slippery, so I put 4 in one hand and 4 in the other hand. I was going to take them over to this other spot on the other side of the store, and I think, you're really an idiot, Kevin. Why don't you just carry the box over there? So sometimes I just feel like I lack a little bit of cleverness at times, I guess.
Well, I mean, I think we've all been there where you start to do something and then you're like, why am I doing it this way? Like, the common sense really punches you in the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called the duh moment.
I think that's what I had.
Yeah, is it? Okay.
I was just glad there wasn't anybody around to see it.
And then you come in here and broadcast it.
Yeah, well,
Maybe Denny, after we could do a saddlebag intermission when we're done with this one, and we could do the necklace. Or if you want to wait because you need to work on it, we'll do it after we do the saddlebags.
Well, now next Wednesday is your
Round
round
table,
table.
yeah.
Why don't we try it Friday?
Instead of finishing, well, we still have a half a bag to
Oh,
finish.
that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should finish your bag.
Yeah. Good idea.
what is a saddlebag intermission?
We
We're on a roll.
we have saturated the network with saddlebags in the last month.
Denny's been working on a pattern pack with the boys in R&D
Oh,
to do four different styles.
Yeah, four
Yeah.
different saddlebags.
Oh no, 5.
Five. Yes,
5 different
count-
saddlebags.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we're on our third one, doing the videos. And so maybe we'll take a little intermission and they can try to, I mean, not that they're going to get caught up in like a week with the instructions, but they'll work on it.
Hey, they're working pretty hard on it.
Good.
They
Good.
are. Okay.
Everything's cut.
Finally, this is a little more involved than I was thinking it was going to be.
I was watching you draw that, and I'm thinking, holy cow! I'm glad it's you and not me. Mine is big and simple, and easy.
Can I borrow that?
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
I'll give it back when I'm done.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
that sounds cool.
sure a difference between your clunks and my tippity tappities.
Well, Denny's doing the border, so it's easy to clunk around.
Yeah, I'm pretty clunky on the border.
I'm gonna have to do some kind of. Oh, there it is. Good
Oh,
background.
see, it's not
to
me.
Get rid of all these fingernail marks.
No, I need to set the camera whenever we.
And that's something I forgot to bring my bar grounder.
Do you want my stool? Okay. Somebody on a table.
I'm
You guys can't see that, but
What just happened?
we were too dark.
Did you feel that earthquake?
I did.
I didn't know we had those
felt
here.
like a 3.5.
Most of them do back in the fall.
Yeah, I was like, it's possible. It just hasn't happened.
If it does,
We're just biding our time before we fall into the depths of Earth.
One of those things, I just pretend isn't real. If I think about it for too long, I'm like,
Scary. Man, did you guys see the all the volcanic activity in Iceland in the past month?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It's crazy. It looks fake because like it's going over snow, so you've got like white ground and then hot lava, and it's just
Wow.
it's a really incredible video. I think there was like some guy out there and his drone melted while trying to get footage because it was so hot.
Wow.
Like his lens fried from the heat. That's pretty cool, Kevin. Now you just got to do a little border there on the side where you're missing space.
Well,
Look, Denny has that for you to use. So, Denny, if I understand you right on this necklace, it was 3 cabochons set in a row, and I'm assuming they were graduated. Like the first
Yes,
one was big,
yes.
and then medium, and then a small one.
Yes. I believe it had 3 on that side,
Mm-hmm.
on the side that goes through that slot. And then 2 on the other side. There was a slot and then 2 graduated sizes smaller on that side.
So, Kevin, that
I
means we need
believe-
5 cabochons from you in graduated sizes out of the same stone.
I'll find a picture of it and show it.
You should have seen that face, guys. That was a good face. I live for that face.
so hopefully this is how you use this thing, right? This pointy guy.
Are you
Sure.
dividing
You
your
use it
wings?
however you want to,
Oh.
Kevin.
What are you doing? Are you doing like a stop?
Kind of, because I don't have one.
All right, makeshift
I've
stop,
got-
guys.
I've got that too.
Wing dividers.
Oh, that would have worked.
He's already too far in it.
Yep, we're too far gone.
Yeah, we got to do this now. Oh, well.
Or it's like a rocket coming in, and that's the air swooshing around it. So it's like a rocket breaking the sound barrier.
Who's breaking the sound barrier?
Your rocket.
Rocket Man.
Yeah,
Not me.
it's Elton.
Never. We were listening to him earlier.
That's one of my favorite songs from him, is Rocket Man. I've never been a big Elton John fan, but I do like that song.
It's a good one.
Oh, well.
Insightful.
Sorry, I only had the one leather inquiry today. I should come up with more.
Hey, Kevin.
Huh.
What was your favorite specimen that you picked up in Tucson?
Oh, wow, that's a hard one. I better think about that.
All right, I'll wait here.
Well, we got so many.
That is true.
We did pick up something called dioptase, which you might want to look that up. It's a green rock. Crystals.
Crystal clusters.
Yeah, it's really deep green, and it's just so otherworldly. That was one I liked quite a bit.
Yeah, you got a box of pretty nice specimens.
Oh, I think the favorite one, now that I think about it, was I bought sort of an expensive one from a lady from Mongolia. And it was just pretty darn cool, and I really can't decide if I want to sell it or not. So some guy asked me about it yesterday because I put it out for display. I said, how much is this? I said, well, I just don't know because I'm not sure I want to sell it. I said, well, that's great. I said, yeah.
So come back in 6 months. I might have changed my mind.
I told him to come back in a week or so. But if I do want to sell it, I said, it's going to be expensive. I can tell you that. It's a piece of barite with druzy all over it. And it's just...
Oh yeah, that's a really neat one.
What is Druce?
It's like, in this instance, it's like sugary quartz crystals.
Oh,
Yeah, sprinkles. Like
okay. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure I know exactly.
Chris brought me home a cool piece of fluorite. That the yellow fluorite, I think also from a Mongolian vendor.
He let you touch that? Oh,
Yeah, he brought it home for me because fluorite is my favorite thing.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was the teeniest little specimen, but he said he spent $50 on it. On this teeny tiny
Oh, yeah. he
little
did.
thing that this is my palm, and it's like the size between like this knuckle and this knuckle.
Yeah.
Like that's how big it was. And it was just a tiny little piece of gray rock that had two little teeny yellow dots on it. And then they were covered in a clear crystal.
Yeah.
That wasn't calcite, maybe?
That was really nice.
Yeah.
And they were lady was kind of expensive. We buy from her every year. And she doesn't speak much English. And her husband speaks less. And
But man, she's got some of the best specimens.
she's got some really cool
She
stuff,
does
I'll
some
tell you.
really good ones.
You can tell that other vendors buy stuff from her because you can see her stuff different places at the show for a lot more money. You can tell they bought it from her and just raised the price.
Yeah.
Which is okay. I mean, part of it. But yeah, that piece of barite was just, ugh. You just don't ever see stuff like that.
I'm gonna tell you,
You're obsessed.
the fire that is out there in the labradorite that you guys picked up. There is so much labradorite out there right
Yeah.
now. And
That's that's a piece of dioptase.
This is the dioptase.
I don't know the amount of fire that is happening out there in the labradorite. I don't know if you can show it to that.
Well, yeah, I can see it from here. I don't know.
Yeah, just kind of just rotate it back and forth and just move it around.
It just has
We're
so
not
much
looking at it.
flash.
Oh,
You need to go
Isaac,
over.
where you hit?
Okay, yeah. Hit that camera.
Just hit 2. Yep, you're good.
Sorry, on to
Okay.
There you
Oh.
go.
Right there, Kevin. He's looking. He's got it figured out. Maybe. There it is. We found it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And these are out there kind of sitting where the light hits them pretty good, you know. And
I was just walking out there to find that, and I was like, "Holy moly!"
yeah, you walk by it and it just kind of goes, whoa.
Did you find me any countertops when you were out there?
Any what?
Countertops.
Yeah,
I want some labradorite countertops. Did you
there
pick
was
me up any?
tons of those.
Did you bring them back for me?
No, I didn't. I
Oh.
forgot.
He'll try again next year.
What they say, people that are getting up there in years,
Yeah,
they start to forget.
that is a fact. We can always, when you get to our age, Denny, you can blame it on senility rather than tell them, you know, I just wasn't going to get you anything.
Oh, is that what it was?
See, I really meant to, but
How much
Yeah,
was your
but I
labradorite?
forgot.
I picked up a piece that's not marked. Kevin, how much is this piece of labradorite?
Oh, it's not marked.
Not marked?
I took it off a special table because I walked by it and it fired me in the eyes, and
It's
Oh.
probably in the $40, $50 range.
there was a couple pieces out there at $25. There's some labradorite eggs out there.
Yeah.
There was one sphere that was out there. Tell me what price range you want to be in, and I'll go pick you out a rock. We'll after party rock shop.
We'll just go out there with a GoPro. We do have a lot of people that will be coming to visit in April. And
Yeah,
so they're all very excited to see all the fun things.
Well, we have a lot of fun things. What's April? I mean, other
They're,
than
they're
a month.
just, yeah.
Comes right after March, right before May.
There's nothing special about it. It's just maybe a spring break situation. They're able to get off work. They're just coming through.
is Tony getting enough time off to where he's got some time to himself?
I don't think he gets any time to himself. He lives with 3 girls.
No. Well,
He likes to drive to softball games.
what's better than walking?
That's true. I just listen. There's times where I get to pick on you once a month, and you haven't been in here for a couple months, so I don't get to pick on you. I feel like it goes both ways, though.
Garrett, Kevin, didn't we get some malachite?
Man, I got some of the coolest malachite you'd ever see.
Yeah,
What kind of malachite does he want, though? What kind of
Well,
malachite?
we got some
in the
really,
$100 range.
we got some just everything from, you know, smaller stuff to medium size to, we got fibrous malachite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We also got some cute little boxes that really weren't that expensive.
yeah, that's true.
Some just tiny little like ring boxes out of malachite. So Moonshine is going to Texas for the eclipse in April, and they'll be coming through around that time.
Huh.
So that's why they will be in the neighborhood. But I think she lives, don't you live just in North Missouri? I think it's in North Missouri somewhere.
Well,
Oh, right. And then Michael's going to try to convince his wife to come down here so we can finally meet him.
That's good.
He's just up in Farmington, Missouri.
Tell her.
Oh, Minnesota.
He
My
can-
bad.
You should tell his wife that she can become a movie star if she will come with him and come in here.
I think we've made several people famous, haven't we?
Hey, you're pretty famous.
Oh, jeez. Well, you know, I think I'm just sort of done.
You feel good about that?
Not particularly, but it's
That's good.
okay.
Looks like a lyre.
It's very different.
A harp.
And since I didn't know what I was doing, I'm okay.
I'm telling you, it's a rocket breaking the sound barrier.
Okay, that's solves that problem.
See? Sound barrier, rocket.
Yes, I see. Going right through.
Is it this way, Kevin?
I don't know. Would you pick whatever way you want? I think it should be that. Yeah. The little,
Okay, so it's
really-
about ready to hit Earth.
Yeah, it's on a nosedive.
It's an exotic flower bud.
Oh,
How about that? Will that
an
work?
exotic
Oh,
flower bud. I like it.
now
Kevin,
that's
this is cool.
fibrous malachite.
All right, move stuff off here.
So right where your swivel knife is setting, Kevin, is where we need
Set
you
it
to
right-
put that rock.
Set it right here.
This is partially fibrous malachite and botryoidal malachite.
Over.
Can you see that?
Hold on.
Okay. Oh,
There
perfect.
it is.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just a really good piece. It's got a happy little hollow thingy in it and all kinds of little crystals over the botryoidal forms. And it's pretty cool. This was kind of an expensive little chunk. I don't know if they can see that.
It's a pitcher plant. Pitcher, like, is in.
I was trying to get the price out there.
$550, yeah.
$550. That's a lot of money for a rock. But
That's a really cool piece of malachite.
and somebody will buy it. This kind of stuff is uncommon and getting harder to get every year. It's associated with the copper mines in the Democratic Republic of Congo. That's where it comes from. And didn't you bring another one?
I brought that malachite over there. That one's 120.
This is more of your.
Austin, I will let Justin know how much you appreciated his help, and I'm so glad you were able to come in and have a good time.
This is like a standard piece of malachite, but it's got turquoise in it. And there's not that much of this. There's always some, but it's a little more uncommon. And so it's pretty neat too. But all the bubbly things that malachite is associated with, when you grind them off and cut them, that's when you get these really cool rings. Isn't that pretty?
Would you be able to cut that up and make
He's trying to show you his
cabochons
rock.
out of it?
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty darn good piece. Ooh.
Yeah, 120 on that piece is what that one was.
Yeah,
worth.
somebody will buy that
Bunch
fairly
of
soon.
bullseyes.
Yeah. Bullseye rock.
Tony, I will take that piece.
Okay, I'll put it on my desk. Sold.
Huh?
Garrett, he wants to buy it.
I don't blame him. I wasn't trying to sell stuff here, but man, you'll like that.
Yeah.
Kevin's not mad about it.
It's amazing to me how heavy malachite is. Push a button?
Yeah.
How about that one?
Thanks.
You should.
Yeah, malachite is a dense rock.
I was gonna say maybe you ought to bring that piece of barite in here, but that's a lot of work and it's heavy and it's way up in a hard place to get at.
Where'd you put it?
Well, it's right above the malachite or the labradorite.
Okay.
I'll bring it. I'm interested in keeping
I'll
Kevin
get it.
here. You two, oh,
I know where.
Well, just be
It's
careful because it's heavy, Liz.
I know, I picked it up the other night.
we push 3 out of it. Then at least we can watch Denny tool.
At least.
Otherwise, you're just looking at the forward motion here.
Yeah, that's a good chunk. It may not be that much money on that labradorite. I don't really know, but
Yeah, I think they were just getting ready to market. This is a cool. So what is the stuff inside of this cavity of the malachite?
It's got, you know, I haven't stopped to really pay that much attention, but the crystals that are covering the malachite are some sort. It could be malachite. I'm just not sure.
It's just all green.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
that's really cool. I hope Liz doesn't.
Drop it.
Yeah, that would be the big concern. She found it already? Oh, you got it.
Yeah, this is a really cool one.
Oh, I got it. Oh, that is just, that's bonkers.
Wow, so that's barite.
Push his button.
This is barite. And,
Two.
you know, at first when I looked at it, I asked the lady, is that fluorite? Because fluorite forms in cubes.
Mm-hmm.
But she says, no, this is barite.
Well, you know, when I used to work for an oil field service company, and we sold drilling mud to different oil well drilling, and we sold them a lot of barite
Yeah,
because it's real heavy and it would sink to the bottom of these
yeah,
holes
those
that they're
holes
drilling.
are drilling.
And they mine a lot of that stuff up in Grable, Wyoming. That's
Yeah.
where we got ours from. But
It
I
doesn't
didn't
look
realize
like
that's-
this.
I wouldn't think, or they wouldn't be shoving it down an oil well.
Yeah, but they do. It's found up there. It's found kind of all over, sort of. Well, Wyoming, South Dakota has some. North Dakota, I guess that's pretty much up in that area. But otherwise, in the rest of the world, you know, Morocco, Afghanistan, Mongolia, Russia has a lot of it.
That's such a cool rock.
Yeah,
That is neat.
it was expensive. I mean, if I do sell it, I'm gonna have to get $1,000 for that.
If he sells it.
Can I feel how heavy it is?
Yeah,
It's not
It's
terrible.
like lead.
I
It's
know.
like lead.
I'm not sure there's not lead in it, but I don't really see it.
Well, it's not like it's that much like thickness that's not the fun stuff. Because sometimes you'll get a piece like that, and a lot of the base is some sort of regular rock that
This-
it's formed on.
Ugh.
But it's
Yeah, this is all.
it doesn't
barite.
have any extra matrix.
No,
That's the
it's-
right word.
It's just all barite.
Yeah. Diamond S Leather says that they have a bunch of leverite.
Leave it
Yeah.
right there.
Leave it right there. You got that quick.
That's one of the first things my wife taught me.
Oh, is it?
It's about leverites. Yep.
She commented on one of our posts the other day.
No,
Did you?
Yeah.
it was just a message.
Oh, she
It
messaged.
was just a straight up message of like this little animated character. I was like, who is this? And before I could read the name, I was like, never mind, I'm an idiot.
That's what I tell my friends whenever we take somebody rock hunting and get out there, and they're always bringing me rocks of this and that and the other thing. What's that? Is that the leverite stone?
We're not carrying that out of the desert.
We get called all the time. We had a guy last night. Oh, he was Twitter-pated.
That's a Denny
Oh,
word.
he
Wow.
was. And he said, do you have anybody that can come out here and validate a fossil that I've found?
Oh,
And I said, not really.
like, we're not geologists.
He's in Fair Grove,
Uh-huh.
and he said, I have found a dinosaur. And I said, well, how about that? You know? Because more than likely he hasn't found a dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
But as we talked, you know, it was pretty obvious. You know, he told me, I'm in construction and I'm digging this foundation for this house. And I'm kind of a hillbilly, but I know a fossil when I see one. And I think this one is a showstopper. I am looking at a tyrannosaur skull.
Wow.
And I said, well, didn't know there was any of those in Missouri. But
There aren't anymore.
I know. He was 30 feet down, he said, in this foundation hole that he was digging. And he said so much of it has been just destroyed already. And the guy that's building the house here, he says he wants the house. He doesn't want the fossil, doesn't care. He said, but I think it's important. I said,
Well,
"Can
did you send them to the Mineral Society?
I tried, but he says, well, I don't know. I can't get anybody to come out here and look at it. And I said, well, why don't you just take a picture with your cell phone and send it to me, and I can tell you kind of probably if it's a fossil or not. Well, I'm an old guy and I don't have much of a cell phone. It doesn't work really very well.
He's
And
not helping himself here.
I can't do emails. I'm not very good at that. I said, just find a kid that has
Any
got
child.
set it that can, just have that kid take a picture with his cell phone because he'll have one, and he can send it to me. Yeah, well, I don't know that I can do that. I'm not very good. So call SMS or SMU, the college over here, and ask for somebody in the geological department. On and on and on. He just didn't want to do it. He wanted somebody to come out there and look at it. And I know what he had. You know, he had a big old piece of limestone boulder that looked like a turtle skull or something, and that's probably what it was. Anyway, the people that walk in the door with a rock, they come up and say, I need to see Kevin. Do you think this is a petrified turtle? No. What you have is a rock, a piece of limestone. You sure it's not a turtle? Look at those eyes. No. You know, and it happens weekly.
Another one of those Liberites.
Oh, goodness.
Or a petrified bird. You get a lot of those.
So we might look it up and see what we got going on here, but apparently one of the 5 full T-Rex fossils was found in Missouri.
Well, hey, this guy may have one. I don't know, but if you can't take a picture of it.
And he can't call the actual people. Like, we can't identify anything. We're not geologists.
Yeah.
We did have one at one point. But even though I still don't think that she would be qualified to identify a T-Rex.
No, but she could probably identify whether it was a fossil or not.
Maybe.
Because I've had people bring in fossils of skulls of some sort of animal, you know, that partial skulls, I should say, might have a few teeth in it or something like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, anyway, I'm going to give thought to what I want to do with my happy little piece of barite.
Isn't that a cool piece?
That's looking cool really good, Denny.
Yeah, I like your little fold-over flowers. Those are cute.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done that flower before. I don't know where I came up with it, who I stole it from.
Huh. Well, that's nice. Backgrounding's really going to make that look good.
Yeah, and I forgot my bar grounders, so that's...
Oh, well, that's
I'll
next week.
Do that some other time. I'll do that after the fact.
There's a happy little...
Oh, Foxy. Kevin has been to Arkansas. That's where he goes on vacation.
No, it's not.
To dig crystals.
Well, I do like to do that.
Where do you go to dig crystals at?
Twin Creek,
Where's
Mount
that?
Ida.
Mount Ida?
You go to Mount Ida, and it's about, 3 or 4 miles outside of Mount Ida. And the reason I go there is because Bobby, what's-his-face, who owns the mine, will sell you a pocket. He'll go in with this monster digger he's got, and he scrapes off the side of the cliff, and he knows because he's been doing this all his life. He said, there's a pocket in there. And he says, if you dig around in that, you'll find one. And he charges X amount for a pocket. I think he charges like $300. But you find a lot of other stuff all around it. There's could be more than one pocket. Could be a little pocket here, big pocket up there. And it's like digging in frozen peanut butter. It is terrible. It requires a crowbar and a small sledgehammer and a screwdriver and a cold chisel and a big crowbar. Wow. And once you get into it and you get into that clay, that's where you find the crystals and the clusters and other stuff. It's just pretty neat.
Wow.
Kevin really likes to work for his rocks.
Well, my wife, we'd like to go down to Hot Springs, but we just go to that. Oh, there's one guy that has a mine right outside of Hot Springs.
Coleman?
Yes.
I went there once.
And that's just...
It's a big nothing.
Well, I mean, you don't even get to dig in the mine.
No.
You know, they bring you the tailings and say you can have whatever there is here, which we've already gone through it. If there's anything worth having, we have it.
Yeah.
You know.
The guy at Twin Creek, his tailings field is probably as large as our shopping center, and also including the shopping center across the street. That's how big it is. It's
Wow.
acres. And you can go out there and dig. He charges $25. You will find crystals. And you may find small crystals. You may even find some nice bigger clusters of crystals. For $25, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
And I went to Coleman, dug all day, found practically nothing.
Yeah, little small ones. Yeah.
Went to Twin Creek. I've been there 3 or 4 times. You always come back with nice stuff. Always. If you don't, he'll give you some. You know.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it is a.
Say, I don't feel like digging. Just give me some.
I'll pay $300 just for a rock.
Yeah.
I have a rock. Foxy says she goes down to Mount Ida as well. She goes, what did she say, every year? But she said she was going to go again this year.
Well, we went.
She's been a few times.
The first time we went to Twin Creek, we were digging in this pocket area, and we found a lot of crystals. We brought back 11 or 12 5-gallon buckets full of stuff with crystals. And Bobby, the owner, he came over and he says, "You need to get behind that rock right there." And I said, "Really?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "You need to get your camera out, and we'll make yourself a little movie of you finding this here." So it looks like a flat piece of sandstone on the cliff, you know. He starts banging around on it, and he takes that crowbar and punches holes so that we can get this piece out.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Now this is the part you want to make the movie of." And we turn that thing over, and it's just coated with thick mud with what looked like black glass little points and crystals coming out of there. And it was almost as big as a dinner plate. And he said, "That right there is what you come here for." And we cleaned that off. And I don't know, it was out here for sale for a long time. We sold it for $400.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a nice
Wow.
piece. And we found several of those things down there.
Nice. Do you remember what the name of the place is where Bobby is?
It's Twin Creek.
Oh, that's what it is.
Twin Creek
Okay.
Mine. Yeah.
And what's the other place that you were talking
Well,
about?
there's several down there, but you can go to Coleman's. I wouldn't go
No.
to,
Yeah.
but there's a Fisher mine and an Avante. Either of those places would be great to go, but they won't guarantee you a pocket, and they're not open all the time. Twin Creek's open 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Just a dude with a fork or a
Wow.
skid steer.
But it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, I'm done, guys.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time, and I think Denny will background all on his own.
Yes. And
I'm gonna let you guys put my barite back because it's
need a wheelbarrow. 2-wheeler.
There's Loons.
Hey,
She's
Loon,
holding
look.
the floor down.
There you go.
Good job, Looners. You know, you're the best dog in the whole place right here. You are. Best dog in the video room.
Yeah.
She's so won't let it pass.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye, Kevin.
Thanks for coming, Kevin.
See you later. Yeah.
Well, looky there.
That's Abigail.
Abigail, what are you doing?
She's singing a song.
I'm gone.
What else
Well,
you got?
A Luna treat. And then that's it.
I'll finish this otherwise because I didn't bring my bar ground,
Come here,
and
Linz.
that's what I need to do next.
Come in. Come in. There we go. And she's gone. Thanks, Foxy. Yeah, send us some pictures. We'll show Kevin. All right, guys. Well, that was our trading card day. Kevin made a rocket or some sort of abstract flower. It's pretty. Kevin does just, and he says he's not creative.
Kevin is
Did
very
he put a
creative.
KH on there?
He sure did. I almost got onto him, but then I saw it and I was like, well, can't do that today. Dang it.
Some other time.
And then I'm sure we'll continue. We already kind of pre-started the conversation about rocks, but we'll finish it on Wednesday and we can bring in some more because we still definitely have not gotten all of the boxes open. We're still working on going through that. But everybody have a great weekend. If you are live shopping with us, please be a little bit patient if your order had splitting on it, because we are in the middle of some splitter maintenance. So it may be early next week before we can get a lot of those orders with splitting out. But otherwise, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.